Hello and welcome to the MLM Student Podcast. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'll be your facilitator today. It's going to be an awesome episode. I want to share with you 14 MLM advertising tips. These are tips exclusively for network marketers. As a quick disclaimer, individual results will vary. This is just my opinion. We're going to talk about things I've learned through real-world experience over the last 19 years in the industry. My real goal today is for you just to have one or two little golden nuggets you can take from this training and perhaps implement in your own business. So let's face it, advertising works. Most businesses have some type of advertising budget, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, eBay, any large company. In the network marketing industry, we are taught to start with our warm market. I definitely recommend you do that. But at some point in your business, you might want to consider advertising. Also, you will have people join your team who don't want to talk to people. They don't want to approach their friends and family. So knowing how to do advertising or being able to point people in the right direction will definitely be beneficial for you and for them. So let's just get into this. Let's suppose you are ready to start advertising. Here are 14 things that you should consider or maybe put into your marketing mix so you can be more effective. The first one is to consider other strategies first. For example, have you reached out to your warm market? Have you helped your team members reach out to their warm market? This would be a gold mine. If you have 10 people on your team and they each know 1,000 people, that's 10,000 potential people you could reach out to rather than spend money on advertising. I'd also recommend maybe you consider doing some free strategies such as YouTube videos, podcasts, blogging, writing articles, social media, things like that so you can save money. If you've done that, you can now go to the next step, and that is you want to identify a target market when you do your advertising. Don't have the mindset that everyone and anyone is a prospect. Everyone has a target market. Let me just give you a couple examples. If you own a McDonald's, your target market is people who want fast food and they want it cheap. You're not trying to sell gourmet burgers. You're not trying to provide great customer service. You're giving your target market what they want, fast food, cheap. If you own a Ruth Chris Steakhouse, your target market is people who want world-class customer service and they want amazing food and they don't mind paying for it. What a lot of people in our industry do is they think everyone is a prospect and they're not. I'm not saying you should prejudge people, but I am saying you should be a smart entrepreneur and focus on a target market. I think your best target market is people who are already buying a similar product to what you're offering, or people who have experience in the industry or in entrepreneurship and they're looking for that additional income. It's really difficult to try to get someone who is an employee to start thinking like an entrepreneur. It's a lot easier to talk to people who are already entrepreneurial minded, who don't mind investing money in a business, who have business connections, who understand merit-based pay. That's a lot easier conversation than trying to transform someone who has never owned a business before into a business owner. The next thing you want to do, or my next tip, which is tip number 3, is you want to have a written marketing plan. You do not want to just sit back at your computer or in your home office and wing it. You want to put pen to paper and you want to really identify who's your target market, what's my unique selling proposition, my budget, my goals, what's my daily action guide. I learned a long time ago that failing to plan is planning to fail. You want to write down your plan ahead of time. This doesn't mean your plan will never change. It's always going to evolve. But if you have it written down, you have something you can follow, and it is very beneficial. Tip number 4 is to use a 2-step selling process. I use this from one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy. He taught me this concept. Basically, what you're doing is instead of just advertising your business or your product, you're advertising free information. And then that free information that you're advertising, that explains your product or your business. So think of it this way. Your job is to sell the sizzle, and then you let the sizzle sell the steak. Your free information is your sizzle. Your business opportunity or your product, that's the steak. You sell the free information sells your business or your product. I hope this makes sense to people. So Chuck, can you give me an example? This is probably what most people are wondering. Let's suppose you are in a weight loss opportunity and you're trying to attract weight loss customers. One of the best things you can do is you can offer a free ebook or a free report or a free video with weight loss tips. And then in that video or in that ebook or that free report, you can talk about your product or give your contact information so people can learn more about you and the product that you have to offer. That's a two-step selling proposition. It works very, very well. I hope you'll incorporate it into your own business. Tip number 5 is don't mention your company name. If you mention your company name, what your prospects are going to do, they're going to run to Mother Google and they're going to join someone else if they do decide this is what they want to do. They're going to find someone who has an online presence. So you really want to keep it generic. Remember that curiosity is what sells. And you don't want to give people your company name until after you've had a conversation with them. Number 6 is to capture leads. This is very important if you're going to advertise. What most network marketers do, they'll send someone directly to their replicated website. I do not recommend that. You want to have your own capture page so that you can generate your own leads, so you can have your own follow-up process. You want to build your own list. If you send 100 people to your company's replicated website, you're probably not going to have anybody buy anything. But if you send 100 people to your capture page first, you could get anywhere from 10 to 30 of those 100 people to give you their contact information. And now you can start to warm them up and follow up with them and build up that like, know, and trust factor. It's vital that you capture leads if you're going to spend money on advertising. Tip number 7, you have to track your advertising. If you are going to spend money to advertise your business, it is in your best interest to know which ads are converting well, which ads are not converting well. So you can use a simple tracking code with each ad that you place. Maybe it's a little 3-digit code. Maybe if you have a classified ad, it has a 999 code. Maybe if you have a Craigslist ad, it has a 862 code. These are just examples. But you want to have a code so you can know which ads are giving you the most responses, which ads are giving you the best results, and this will allow you to figure out which ads to keep doing and which ads to stop doing. Tip number 8 is to advertise consistently. If you're just going to try something one time and hope for the best, don't even spend your money. You're going to end up disappointed. When you advertise, you have to do it month in and month out, at least for a year. Keep in mind, most people need to see your ad several times before they're ever going to respond to it. Think about the advertising on TV for a minute. The first 2 or 3 times you see an ad, you don't even recognize it. The 5th through 10th time you see an ad, you start to notice it. The 10th through 20th time you see the ad, you start to know the jingle. By the 21st or 30th time you've seen the ad, you own the item and you actually think you made the decision to go buy it. That is good advertising. That is what consistent advertising does with your prospects. It keeps your message in front of them over and over and over and over until at some point subconsciously or unsubconsciously they make the decision to buy or join. Tip number 9 is to be short and sweet. I like ads that are short and sweet and to the point. You do not want to be long-winded. You want to have a simple headline that catches people's attention. You want to have a few benefits. You want to tell people what's in it for them. And then you want to have a call to action. So a call to action would simply be, check out my website to get your free report. Call this 24/7 recorded number to hear a 3-minute short message and learn more. Those are examples of a call to action. Keeping it short and sweet is vital. Remember, people have a short attention span. So the more you say, the longer you talk, the higher the likelihood you're going to lose them. Tip number 10, you want to be different. Look at what people in your company, look at what people in the industry are doing, and do the opposite. Find a way to stand out in the crowd. There is a lot of competition, but if you can find a few simple ways to be different, it can really pan out. As an example, my strategy, I'm the no BS network marketer. I just simply educate people. I train people. Some of those people reach out to me to learn more about what I do. That's how I am different in the marketplace. If your company has a essential oil product line, just as an example, you could just educate people about essential oils. You could give away free videos, free reports about essential oils, and then let that information sell your prospect on what it is that you're promoting. Tip number 11, study other niches. If you're going to study marketing and advertising, don't just look at what network marketers do. Look at what other businesses do. Keep your eye out for ads in the newspaper that catch your attention. Write down the email headlines that catch your attention. When you see an ad on YouTube that captures your attention, write down what about it is about the ad that really captivates your attention and stands out. If you study other niches, you can find some great ideas that you can incorporate into your own advertising. Tip number 12, don't neglect offline strategies. We are living in an internet world and a social media world. I get it. However, there are a lot of offline strategies that are untapped gold mines. This could include drop cards, business cards, postcards, magazine ads, newspaper ads, classified ads, and countless other things. Make sure you incorporate some of these things as part of your advertising strategy. It doesn't have to be your entire strategy, but at least a part of it. Tip number 13, consider an advertising co-op. An advertising co-op is where a bunch of people pool their money together, and then one person buys a lot of ads in bulk, and then they split the leads with everyone participating in the co-op. This is a great strategy. If you know how to market and advertise, you can offer this service to your team to help them out, because most people coming into our industry, they don't have any advertising experience. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to start, how to even create an ad. So if you have expertise in this area, or if you have someone in your team or your upline who has expertise in this area, let them help you. Finally, tip number 14 is retargeting. Retargeting, you've probably been exposed to this, and let me just give you an example. Let's say you visit a website. Have you ever noticed how over the next 7 to 14 days, you get a bunch of ads for that website on Facebook, on Google, all over the internet, maybe even in your email, and you're wondering how it got there? Well, that's called retargeting. So you should consider retargeting as part of your marketing mix. This is people who maybe went to your website or even someone else's similar website, and now you're targeting those people. You can Google how to do that. I don't have enough time in this training to explain that in detail, but this is a great tip when it comes to advertising. In conclusion, these are 14 advertising tips designed specifically for MLM reps. I hope you'll at least evaluate yourself in each one of these areas. Don't overwhelm yourself. Maybe you pick out 1 or 2 tips first. You incorporate that into your marketing strategy. Then you do a couple more as time goes on. But I know these will be very beneficial for anyone who actually implements it in their network marketing business. I appreciate you listening today. I hope you got some value. As a quick disclaimer, individual results will vary. This is just my opinion. If you'd like to learn more about my business, you can go to startafundbiz.com. That's startafundbiz.com. You can also check out my popular blog, onlinemlmcommunity.com. That's onlinemlmcommunity.com. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. I'll see you at the top.